What's going on, chicken friends? It's Donna Little from the Coop Scoop, and I'm out here enjoying this beautiful day. It's in the 70s. I think spring is finally springing, and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. But welcome to, I think, episode 3 or maybe 4 of me responding to frequently asked questions and comments. Because for some reason or the other, the hot topic seems to be, how much space do my chickens have? And which is fine if you want to ask. I think my backyard is about an acre. But when people comment and say, in all capital letters with exclamation points, that is not nearly enough space for those chickens. I mean, I have 26 chickens, not 126 chickens. It feels like enough space. I don't know. Let's look. I mean, it feels like enough to me. You guys happy? You good? They said, yeah, I'm pretty sure. They're good with it. I mean, Delilah. All right, so the next thing that I get asked all the time or get comments on are the quail. And I don't know why, because the quail, I don't show them a lot on the channel. And even still, you know, like I think I've shown them like a couple of times in the last month or so. The common question that I get is, do I let them free range? Why don't they get to come out with the chickens or something like that? First of all, my chickens would kill them. My chickens are savages. But the second reason is they're little and they would be able to walk right through my fence, my chain link fence. Part of my fence is privacy fence and part of it is chain link. They would walk right through there. They would have probably I've got 8 of them, would be dead within a couple of days because they don't have the best sense of self-preservation. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, they don't seem to understand danger. They'll be in there standing right beside my cat, standing beside them. I mean, like, not in, she's on the outside of the aviary, but I'm like, y'all don't seem to understand. They would probably walk right up to a cat. So they would be killed pretty quickly if they were out. On top of the fact that they can fly. But it's sort of like a bad thing because they can fly poorly. They don't fly really well. So they wouldn't really be able to fly well enough to get away from a predator easily, but they can also fly enough to be able to just fly away. So they wouldn't be here beyond a few hours probably. I doubt they would even stay in the yard. They would just go out into the woods and get killed by one of the 500 feral cats that's around here. But I also get, that goes along with that. I have people say, do you never, you keep them in there all the time? You never let them go out anywhere? Well, that's the reason that they don't get to come out. But I've had a few people just horrified that I have a couple of them in a hutch. And the reason that those couple are in a hutch, so if you see this and you haven't seen any of my content before and you see this down the road, if you're a new subscriber, there are 2 up in a hutch because they are aggressive with everybody. I can't put the hen down and I can't put the rooster down into the aviary on the ground because they are aggressive with everybody else. They like each other. And that's it. So if they're down the bottom with everybody else, they are attacking the other ones. And the hen is just as aggressive as the rooster is. So they cannot behave. They don't play nicely with others. So they have to be up in a hutch. But there's only 2 of them. And keep in mind, like I said, they're the size of a little bird. And they also have a 2-foot deep and then 8-foot wide hutch. If you go on anybody else's page or channel that has quail, most likely they're going to keep them in a hutch. Hey girl, they don't, they're not, most people don't have just an extra run, to put them in. I happen to have that available because my chickens never really use that anymore. So that is why they are lucky enough to have the space that they have. But they also I think part of what bothers people is that it's not very tall. It's only a foot tall. Well, the reason for that is Coturnix quail, or quail in general, when they get startled by something, they will fly straight up. And you don't want it to be so tall that they'll get enough momentum up to injure themselves or break their neck, and that can happen. So you have to keep it kind of short, and that way if they fly up, they'll just sort of bump into it and come back down. So that is that, and I'll show you my setup if you haven't ever seen it. This is where they stay down on the ground, and right now, like, that will be going probably pretty soon, the cooler. That was because we had some really cold weather a few weeks ago, and I've just left it in here because it's still getting pretty cold at night, and they like to go in there. They have a little cubby right down there. They've got one down here. They've got that they go in and lay eggs, and this is plant number 3. I had somebody say, you need to give them another plant. Well, they keep killing them, so we're going to work on another one here soon. So, but this is the hutch, and these are the 2 little devils that don't play well with others. So they've got plenty of space in there. And once the cold weather is completely gone, then I'm going to take one of these out of here. They don't really need both of them. Little places that they can sleep, because when it's warm, they usually just come over here and sleep in. I know it's hard to see, but they'll sleep in their little dust bath. So most people, or a lot of people I should say, that keep quail don't even provide them with a dust bath, and they love to dust bathe. This is their dust bath. So it's just this entire area with the sand in it. So they've got all they need and then some. So hopefully that answers all the quail questions. And something else that I have gotten a lot of comments. This is so funny to me because I've had the channel now just over 2 years, and no one has ever asked me that. And all of a sudden I've had several people say, how often do you get pooped on? Never. Like, is that a thing? Do your adult chickens poop on you? Like, I can't literally think of a time that any of them have ever pooped on me. Now, I have startled them before and grabbed one up when I was trying to get them for a reason, and they wouldn't come to me, and they've pooped a little bit and it like splashed onto my shoe or something. But is that a thing? I mean, does that really happen? Or else am I just lucky? Because I've got 26 chickens, and almost all of them will get on my lap, and they never, ever poop on me. So there's that. And then I'm going to answer these 2 that I get frequently, and I've already addressed them, but I'm going to address them really quickly, is why don't I have a rooster? I get asked this literally every day. Why don't I have a rooster? I can't have a rooster where I live because of city and county ordinances. I have neighbors all around me, and that is just how it is. I do live in the city limits. We cannot have roosters here. So it's not allowed. And then the other thing that I get, and I just got it again a couple days ago by several people, is, you know, I wish you wouldn't put music to this. I just want to hear the chickens. Understand this. There's several reasons, and I have addressed this, but I know I do have a lot of subscribers that are new. I have neighbors that go all the way around me, behind me, over here to this side, and then back there. The neighbors that live closest to me are that house right there. They play music almost every day, and it's usually later in the day. Now, right now, it's kind of earlier in the day when I'm making this video. A lot of times I don't have time to do this in the middle of the day, and I won't do it until later. Once they get home, they are outside a lot, and they play music a lot. I cannot have their music playing in the background of any video, because my video will get a warning, and that means I don't have a choice but to take the video down. So there's no point in me putting a video up that I know I'm going to have to take down, because they usually will be playing rap music or something. And if it's copyright protected, I can't play it. There is music that YouTube allows, and that's what so if theirs is playing, I have to put something. You hear that? That's one of my neighbor's dogs. So it's either rap music playing. I have the loudest neighbors on the planet. I just put up a video the other day of just the chickens over in the daffodils, and the entire time the video was up, I left it where you could still hear them, but in the distance, somebody was revving their car and somebody was doing some sort of construction. That is not more pleasant to listen to than music. That's some nice, relaxing guitar music or something. There's either dogs fence fighting or barking or howling or construction going on or rap music, or it's Like, I live in a very noisy area. So if there's music playing in the background and you don't like it, turn the volume down or just click off of the video. If it's that frustrating to you, you don't need to tell me about it, but it's there for a reason. So I'm not willing to take a copyright strike just so I can make people happy and not hear music, because the video's getting taken down if I get a copyright strike. So, and another thing, and I don't know why, I guess because partially it's been winter and my yard has been totally just brown and bare looking, but I have had so many people be very, very rude about my yard and say my yard looks, one person told me that it was, I needed to do something about my raggedy ass yard. Listen, I live here. I am fully aware that I do not have a pristine lawn, nor have I ever had a pristine lawn, because that is not a priority to me. It is a huge area to keep up. This yard was all natural when we moved here, and it still is. I'm not one that's going to come out here and grade it all and plant one kind of grass and be plucking up every weed I see. I don't care. However, you don't need to tell me about it because I live here and I'm aware of that. And then I had somebody else tell me that I needed to do better for my chickens and I needed to get this yard like in order. I mean, people, who do you think tore my yard up? I mean, tell me you don't have chickens without telling me you don't have chickens. You cannot keep a pretty yard with 5 chickens in it, let alone 26. They are the ones that have trashed it. They just started a new dust bath the other day, and I was like, no, we have like 75 in the yard. Why do we need another one? So I'm aware that my yard is not beautiful, and I don't need to hear it from you, okay? If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Listen to your grandmother. All right, guys, I hope you're enjoying our content. And if you are, stick around, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss anything, because we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We have a project we're about to get started on, and I know you're not going to want to miss that. Have a fantastic day, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.